Welcome to Gully Classroom. This is the second lecture in the unit Agriculture. CBSE 10 Geography Chapter 4. In the chapter Agriculture, this is the second lecture. In this second lecture, we are going to study about the major food crops of India. There are 5 major food crops of India. We will study about those particular food crops. What are their nutritional value? What is their importance with respect to India? In which states of India are these major food crops being grown? Also, what are the weather conditions that are needed for growing these particular crops? What are the weather condition that is needed for growing these particular crops? We will start with the most important staple food of India. What is staple food? A food that is eaten as a main part of the meal. A food that is eaten as a main part of the meal. So in India, the staple food is rice. In fact, India is the second largest producer of rice in the entire world after China. China is the first largest producer, but India is the second largest producer of rice, and rice is a kharif crop. Kharif crop means it is grown with the onset of monsoon and usually harvested around October. Okay, what are the needs of rice? Rice needs a lot of rainfall, greater than 100 centimeters of rainfall annually. Also, it needs high temperature. It needs greater than 25 degrees temperature even during the night. Also, it needs high humidity. So, what is humidity? Humidity means there should be a great amount of water vapor in the air. Humidity means there should be a great amount of water vapor in the air. Okay, so what are the growing conditions of rice? It needs a lot of rainfall, greater than 100 centimeter rainfall annually, and also a good amount of rain, greater than, already we saw, it needs greater than 100 centimeters rainfall annually. It needs high temperature, greater than 25 degrees, and it needs a lot of humidity, in the air. Okay, sir. Where is rice grown in? Rice is grown in north and northeast India. North and northeast India means Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Usually the Gangetic plains. Uttar Pradesh and Bihar will constitute north and northeastern India. Sir, what about the other regions? Rice is also grown in coastal deltaic areas. So, India has a very long coastline in the coastal delta areas. Sir, what are coastal delta? Let us say this is the coast. So the river is flowing. Once it gets near the coast, it breaks into a lot of distributaries which are distributing its water to the, here we can go for ocean, to the ocean. So water is being distributed to the ocean. This is in the shape of a triangle. This triangle is called as delta. Hence these regions are called as coastal deltaic regions. Rice is grown in such coastal deltaic regions of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. States which have a very long coastline. Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay, sir. Where are the other regions in which rice is grown? Rice is also grown in Punjab and Haryana using tube well irrigation. And canal irrigation, rice is grown in Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh, also parts of Rajasthan. Right in this region. Okay, let us assume I am India. So in the neck of India there is Himachal Pradesh. Just below Himachal Pradesh, over this part, what is present? Punjab is present, Haryana is present, and Punjab, Haryana. Next to it, Rajasthan is present. So rice is grown in this part. Punjab, Haryana, western part of Rajasthan, and in some parts of also Uttar Pradesh. Towards the sake. I'm telling it correctly. Yeah. What next, sir? We will go for wheat. Wheat is the second most important crop, and it is the main cereal crop in north and northwestern India. People eat a lot of chapatis. Okay, here it is grown as a rabi crop. Wheat is grown as a rabi crop. Sown during winter, harvested during summer. sown during winter, harvested during summer. So Wheat needs a cool growing season. Hence it is sown in winter. Also, it needs a good amount of sunshine when ripening. A good amount of sunshine when ripening. So, it is harvested in summer. Summer has good amount of sunshine, obviously. Wheat needs lesser rainfall than rice. In fact, it needs 50 to 75 centimeter of rainfall annually. And this is more or less satisfied by the winter showers. Who are getting winter showers? North India will always get some winter showers. The rabi crops such as wheat will use these winter showers, 50 to 75 centimeter rainfall. So what are the growing conditions of wheat? Wheat has cool growing season and a bright bright sunshine at ripening. Also 50 to 75 centimeter. Let me repeat myself. 50 to 75 centimeter of annual rainfall. It is grown in Ganga Satluj plains. Ganga Satluj plains primarily means Punjab and Haryana. Ganga Satluj plains primarily means Punjab and Haryana. Okay. Also northwest India, black soil regions and Deccan region. What is northwest India? Okay, northwest India means slightly towards Rajasthan. Fertile regions of Rajasthan can be called as northwest India. Also Gujarat can be put under northwest India, but anyway it is present in the middle, but it can be termed as northwest India. Delta regions, black soil and delta regions means areas of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, right this part. Areas of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, right this part. That part contains a large amount of black soil. Who are the major wheat producers? Punjab and Haryana, obviously. Ganga Satluj plains, Punjab and Haryana. Next, Bihar, Rajasthan and parts of Madhya Pradesh. Bihar, Rajasthan and parts of Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh because Madhya Pradesh contains a lot of good black soil. Good black soil. Okay, Kana. So, Punjab and Haryana can be written as places which grow both rice and wheat. Rice and wheat. If they are asking you to mark the places where rice is being grown, you can simply mark the coastal regions of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh also. Anyway, with regard to map, I will teach map for you separately using a very large map. Okay, I will teach map to you separately using a very large map. Simply don't worry with respect to map, I am there. Simply don't worry with respect to map, I am there. What about millets, sir? What are millets? Millets. In Tamil, we call them Sirdhaniyam. Millets are a group of crops. Millet is not a single crop. In Tamil, we call them Sirdhaniyam. There are different types of millets. Once I start teaching, you will notice that there are different types of millets. But with respect to India, the third most important crop with respect to area grown and economic value is a type of millet called as jowar. So, jowar is the third most important crop in India. All millets are commonly called as coarse grains. Why, sir? They have high nutritional value. What kind of nutritional value are you talking about? We are talking about iron, calcium, micronutrients and roughage. Iron, calcium, micronutrients and roughage. So, millets are called as coarse grains. They have high nutritional value and contain iron, calcium, micronutrients and roughage. Roughage in Tamil, it can be called as narchattu, right? Narchattu. Fiber content in food is called as roughage. Fiber content in food is called as roughage. Yeah. So, what are the growing conditions of jowar, sir? First, what is jowar? Jowar in English, jowar is a name in Hindi. Jowar is a name in Hindi. Jowar in English is called as sorghum. In Tamil it is called as Segapu cholam. In English it is called as sorghum. In Tamil it is called as Segapu cholam. Jowar is a rain-fed crop. It depends only on rain. There is no need for any canal irrigation or borewell irrigation for jowar. All millets need very less water. They do not need exclusive canal irrigation in order to grow. But rice and wheat need good irrigation. Rice and wheat, especially rice, needs a lot of water. Especially rice needs a lot of water. Okay, so jowar is a rain-fed crop. It depends only on rain. It grows in moist regions with very less irrigation. Even if there is no irrigation, jowar will grow like anything. Good examples are Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. So good examples of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Write this region. Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Write this region. A L-like structure. Okay. What about bajra, sir? Before we get into bajra, what is the other name, English name for bajra? Bajra is called as pearl millets. What is the other name for bajra? Bajra is called as pearl millets. In fact, in Tamil, bajra can be called as thinai, muttu thinai. What is called as bajra? Bajra in Tamil is called as muttu tena, tenarisi அப்படினு சொல்லுவாங்க. Yeah, so that is bajra. So bajra needs sandy soil or shallow black soil and it grows in. Bajra needs sandy soil or shallow black soil and it grows in Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Haryana. Okay, so around this part, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, around this part, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan. They meet at a point. Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Rajasthan meet at a point. In that place, they are growing bajra. They are growing bajra. Okay, what about ragi, sir? Ragi, in English it is called as African millets. In English, ragi is called as African millets. So what about in Tamil, sir? In Tamil it is called as varahu, kale varahu. So it is a crop of dry regions. Ragi is essentially a crop of dry regions. If you are not getting any rain, ragi can be grown. Ragi is also literally called as a famine crop. If there is a famine, they will try to sow ragi because ragi needs essentially very less water and it can grow in any type of soil. It needs red soil, yes it can grow. Black soil, it can grow. Sandy soil, it can grow. Loamy soil, sir. What is loamy soil, sir? If a soil is a mixture of sand and clay with some humus. If a soil is a mixture of sand and clay with some humus, it is called as loamy soil. Okay, sir. Where is ragi grown? Ragi is essentially a famine crop. It can be grown in places where there is very less rain. Places like Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Towards the north, there you get very less rainfall and the soil is very inconsistent. So, in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, in HP, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, you will be growing ragi. Also, in southern Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, places where you are not getting a lot of rain in some places. So, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu also play a very important role in ragi production. Yeah, that is our millets. Let's now study about maize. Okay, maize is used both as a fodder crop and a food crop. You are feeding maize to cattle. Okay, also it is a kharif crop. Maize is a kharif crop, but it is a rabi crop in Bihar. Okay, maize needs 21 degree to 27 degree centigrade of a temperature and also it specifically needs old alluvial soil. Yeah, this is a one mark. Which crop is a kharif crop in all parts of India but a rabi crop in Bihar? Maize. Important one mark. Which crop is a kharif crop all over India but a rabi crop in Bihar? Maize. Okay. What are the other things that maize needs in order to give a good output, in order to have a very good harvest? Maize needs HYV seeds, fertilizers and irrigation. If you are going to give HYV seeds, fertilizers and irrigation, maize is going to give a enormous harvest, enormous production. Maize increases production. Who are the major maize producers? Okay, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So we can look at a pair of states, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Maize is also produced in UP and MP. Sir, what about pulses? In fact, what is the speciality of pulses? India plays a very important role with respect to pulses. You know why? Because India contains the largest number of vegetarians. Has the largest number of vegetarians. So, for these vegetarians, pulses are going to be the major source of protein. So, India is not just the major producer of pulses. They are also the largest consumer of pulses. So, this is an important one mark. In the world, who is not just the largest producer or major consumer of pulses? India. Also, in India, which food grain in India has a very unique place? Which food grain in India has a very unique place? Where the food grain is also produced in a major amount and also consumed in a major amount. That will also be your pulses. Produced in a major amount, consumed in a major amount. Biggest producer, biggest consumer. That will be your millet. Yeah? Okay. So, what are the different types of millet pulses in India? Sorry, that will be your pulses. What are the major pulses in India? What are the major pulses in India? Yeah, people who are going to cook, come on, listen to me. Let us look at the different names of different pulses. Okay, Tur. What is the English name of Tur? Tur, Urad, Moong, Masoor. These are all Hindi names. Tur, Urad, Moong, Masoor. These are all Hindi names. Tur in English, it is called as pigeon peas. Tuvaram paruppu in Tamil. Urad in English, it is called as black gram. Ulundam paruppu in Tamil. Moong in English, it is called as green gram. Pasi paruppu in Tamil. Masoor does not have any relevant Tamil name, but in English Masoor is called as pink lentils. Pink lentils. Okay, what about peas, sir? Okay, peas is essentially an English word. So in Hindi it is called as matar. In Tamil it is called as patani. What about grams, sir? Grams usually mean horse gram. It is also an English word. So horse gram in Tamil it is called as kollu. Okay. So examples of pulses are Tur, Urad, Moong, Masoor and peas gram. Okay. What are the conditions which are needed by the pulses? It needs less moisture and dry conditions. Also, the pulses are leguminous plants. They have root nodules which have rhizobium bacteria in them. So these rhizobium bacteria converts the nitrogen present in the air to nitrates in the soil. The nitrates in the soil increases the fertility. So in crop rotation, in mixed cropping, what are used? Pulses are usually used in order to maintain the soil fertility. What are the other major pulse producers in India, sir? Major pulse producers in India are Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Write this region, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. Maharashtra, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, right? Those are pulses. Now finally, let us try to compare between each and every different food grain. Let us do a very fast comparison between each and every food grain. So rice, staple food, India second largest producer, kharif crop. Wheat, India main cereal crop for north and northwest India, second important cereal crop. Rabi and cool growing season, bright sunshine, 50 to 75 centimeters rainfall. Millets, high nutritional value, third most important crop. Maize, food and fodder. Which cereal is used both as food and fodder? Important 1 mark. Which cereal is used both as food and fodder? Maize. So it needs 21 to 27 degrees centigrade and it is grown in old alluvial soil. What about pulses? India is the largest producer of pulses. India is the largest consumer of pulses. Also, it needs less moisture, dry condition, and it is a leguminous plant. Increases soil fertility. And you need to study this particular topic, giving it more importance, especially with respect to wheat and rice. You need to memorize the growing conditions. Also, you need to know rice is a kharif crop, wheat is a rabi crop. Yeah, and also this topic is important with respect to map. They can ask you, mark a couple of states, mark 2 states where rice is grown, mark 2 states where wheat is grown. For rice and wheat, you can simply mark Punjab and Haryana. Anyway, with respect to map questions, I will be putting a separate video for each and every unit. So you can trust me on map and simply forget about it. Cheers. If you like our video, subscribe to us. Share our video with our friends, promote us on social media. Thank you for listening to my class until this point. I am enjoying taking class for you. Cheers and thank you. Hopefully meet you in the next lecture. Cheers and thank you, Tangan. Cheers and thank you.